Harvesting the Fam Festival is Windsor's largest independent inner arts festival. It features filmmakers, artists, and musicians. Last year, we moved the festival from the University of Windsor to various venues throughout the downtown core. You could expect to see some new creative talent that you'd probably never experienced before. Independent films of all mediums and genres, from documentary to experimental, art, of comic books, fashion, illustration, paintings, photography, and the music. This year we have 70 acts playing folk rock to acoustic, hip-hop and electronic. There's really something for everyone at a bunch of different venues. The festival was initially created as somewhat of a selfish endeavor. We're filmmakers, we're artists, we're musicians. That's what we do. I mean, you wouldn't be much of an artist if you weren't trying to get your stuff out there. It needs to be seen to be appreciated, or heard to be appreciated. I get to play at the festival. I get to show my art at the festival. People don't necessarily know who I am. People know me more as a promoter than they do as an artist or a musician. It creates that outlet for me. And you put my stuff, my music and art, beside a lot of other people in the community, it gains a little bit of legitimacy. Then we start to realize we know a lot more people that are creative minds in the city. Why don't we bring out a couple other filmmakers, other artists, and maybe a couple other bands, and we'll make a whole night of it. And then from there, it just started snowballing. We've gotten some extremely positive feedback from the community. Local media has been extremely supportive. This festival isn't really about making money, it's about exposing people to creative talent here based out of Windsor. A lot of people who have never experienced anything like this before will come out to an event and say, wow, I had no idea there was really so much going on. Filmmakers, artists, musicians are the type of people that need to be chased after for the most part. If you want to do something like this, you can't expect for it just to come together on its own. In the real sense, it's a year-round endeavor, because we do these smaller events throughout the year. We keep our name out there. We have to keep doing these small shows so that when the festival comes up, people are like, what's the Fam? Hopefully everybody knows already, because we've been doing shows pretty regularly. It's a lot of work. Burning the candle at both ends now. We're sitting, a week and a half away from the festival. Sleep becomes a bit less of a priority, and you have to get it done. You don't get paid for this. This is something you do for fun because you enjoy it and because you think it's a benefit. Kind of a rule we made for ourselves was, we're not going to stress out about this thing. It's going to be as big or small or as good or as bad as it's going to be. And when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, you're trying to do something positive. I've become good friends with so many of the people who have either volunteered with the festival or performed or exhibited at the festival. These are my friends now. These are my family. That's the payoff, is to see them do well and to see them succeed. The festival is a constant experiment. Each year has been different. I think the spirit of the festival has always been the same. Bigger is not always better. This year is actually slightly smaller than last year, but to me seems tighter and more well-rounded, almost like more going on and more to see. As for in the future, I want to keep doing it. I'm not going anywhere. I like Windsor. Well, I love Windsor. We operate the festival with like a pittance of a budget. I think that's a tribute to what we do as creative talent in the city and as festival organizers, is that we're putting on an event which is just as big or bigger than some of the festivals that are operated in town, but we're operating with such a smaller amount of money. And so I like that. Harvesting the Fam Festival runs October 1st to 4th at various venues in downtown Windsor. We have a big kickoff party at the Loop on Thursday, October 1st. It's all outlined at famfest.ca.